Geezers, Speci here. We have the best discard deck in Marvel Snap. It's focusing on Apocalypse, and we have a surprise Leech in here. You've seen a lot of these decks with Apocalypse before using Lockjaw. You can cheat a lot of stats out, and it's very, very nice. You get lots of discard. Morbius can go to like 12 points in this one, but Leech is what's really helping us beat a lot of the top meta decks like Silver Surfer, like Zabu. We can play Leech into the Lockjaw lane on turn 5, or we can find Leech earlier from our Lockjaw as well. So Leech just makes a lot of sense in this one. There's a couple of cards a lot of you are going to be wondering about why we're not playing them. The first is Dracula. My chat has asked me about 1,000 times why there's no Dracula. A lot of the time in this deck, Dracula plays for 0 points because you can cheat out your Apocalypse or Chavez with Lockjaw, and then Dracula just has like nothing to hit. So I don't like Dracula. Also, we have no Moon Knight. I was playing Moon Knight before Leech, but we ended up cutting it. If you don't have some of these cards, there will be some replacements in the description and in the comments as always. If you do like this format of video, please let me know. Subscribe for more and give the video a like. Let's get into some games. All right, first game, we have Lockjaw in hand. Now, the key thing with snapping with this deck is that you don't want to snap when you don't have a good discard target in hand. It can feel like it's a nice snap hand because we have Lockjaw, but with no Swarm and no APOC, the deck is honestly pretty pants. They Bast as well, which is very scary. We don't want Bast ourselves, although we could play it into our Lockjaw lane. We don't want a Lockjaw over here. I don't particularly want to give them a Lockjaw either, so I guess we end up going Lockjaw mid. I mean, we could Lockjaw over here and then just slam like Gambit. I definitely don't like the look of Bast. I guess we can Lockjaw here and then move it into New York later. The point of Lockjaw in this deck is because you can play cards like Gambit, which have good deploys, and you get more discards with Lockjaw. Also, Leech can, of course, be very nice. I guess we're just going Gambit, flipping Bast. As bad as it is. Like, this is why we've not snapped. No Swarm, no APOC in hand. And, of course, the Leech is not going to be a particularly good option, it would look like, because I can't play into the Lockjaw lane, because I decided to play into Klein. We go Gambit first into the Lockjaw lane, so we can hopefully find it again. Mr. Negative. I mean, Leech is definitely doing some serious work against this. Hopefully we don't discard it. Oh, brilliant. We killed the worst card possible. From Blade, we discard another pretty bad card. 2 have discarded. From the Chavez. So we are currently winning the right lane. We can move Lockjaw mid as well. Now, there is an argument to Leech now. We could also wait if we predict that they're playing Magic. Magic is a very common card in Mr. Negative decks. I guess we just play the Leech, to be honest. Adam and Mr. Fantastic. Okay. Unfortunately, despite it all going rather well, we don't have too much. I guess we just move Lockjaw and we play like Gambit plus a card mid. Is Mr. Negative ever doing anything good? Still in our deck, we have Leech, which Mr. Negative would improve. Oh no, we don't have Leech. Leech is on board. We have Morbius, which Mr. Negative would improve. But we want to play the Gambit, surely. So we're going to go Gambit. You could make a case to play one of the cards over to the left here, to just get ahead here. But I think we just go all in on mid, baby. They probably play something to the left. That's 4 cards. All Spain got leeched on. Brilliant. They top deck their Silver Surfer. I mean, what are you supposed to do about that, man? What are you supposed to do? The Morb? Can we ever win if we hit Gambit again? I think we win if we hit Gambit and it's right. We hit Bast. Rip. I mean, we really did try, but unfortunately they top decked the Silver Surfer, the only card which didn't get leeched. It was worth playing this out, but you can see, even when things went pretty badly for us, the deck competed. I like including losses, so I think this format of video might just suit my style anyway. Alright, second game. We have the Swarm and the APOC. Weirdworld. Oh my goodness, that means my opponent's getting our deck. That's a good thing. They're getting our bad deck. It's not that bad. We'll play Goose, I guess. We have a pretty solid hand. We could consider snapping, honestly. As long as I don't hit Hellcow with Swordmaster, I'm happy. So let's snap. Polaris wouldn't be ideal either. Obviously, we want to hit one of the cards to the left. Beautiful. Lockjaw's a little spooky. We have a Silver Surfer. I think we just slam Hellcow again, to be honest. I mean, Silver Surfer's pretty flipping nice with Swordmaster too. So we could go Polaris, but it seems a bit wonky. Let's go for the Hellcow, mate. Nice. Remember, Lockjaw is going to be pulling stuff from their original deck, so they're likely to get a lot of 3-drops. High rolling the discards in this game. Juggernaut. Not the best. Let's go APOC mid. And then we can go like Brood, Silver Surfer, and a bunch of Swarms on the last turn. There's no way we're losing. It's over! Pretty good snap from us. We knew that like their deck's going to struggle with our cards. But also importantly, we hit like their best 2 cards and we high rolled a lot of the discards also. Hit him with the R. I think it makes it too obvious. I think the R here is a little too obvious, Kuvin. I like the thinking. But we got the early snap through, so it's not like we're snapping late or anything. They don't know that we're feeling confident. Particularly. Of course, there was also an argument to play 1 Swarm mid here. But I figure we're already winning mid pretty hard. Kingpin! Oh lord! Fortunately my left lane's full, so even if they've got some nonsense to do, it's not going to matter too much. Okay, good job. You sniped the APOC. Maybe I spoke too soon there. Something dodgy was going to come out of this Lockjaw lane. Nice win. Didn't really showcase the deck as it's intended, but still. Alright, let's go again. Alright, we're against Bad. Who's Bad? I've never heard that breaking news thing before. Okay, we have the Morb, which is great. We have a discard target. We're up against Silver Surfer as well, so Leech is very good. They also might have got our Leech, it's important to remember. So they might have the intel that we're a Leech gamer. Again, not really happy snapping here with no Lockjaw. If we can Leech into the Lockjaw. Also, there's a good chance the Leech gets discarded in the stack, let's not forget, because we are going to be playing some discard cards. Morbius on 2 is the dream, though. A lot of the time, if you find Blade on 1, you actually don't want to take the discard, really, with Blade too much. You can just hold on to Blade for into a later point. Otherwise, you can just mess up your curve, and often you just have a spare energy to play Blade later. So they got this really good intel. They got Swarm off of us, which means they don't know that we have a Leech in hand. Let's take the Brood. I wonder if we can snap. Let's hit him with the snap. Let's hit him with the snap. The main concern with the snap here is that we end up playing a discard card next turn and get rid of Leech. The dream card to draw is Lockjaw. Blade would also be okay. We're not surprised at all that that's their play here. Okay, so we could go Gambit Blade. Again, the big concern is hitting Leech. But I think we're going for it. We've risked it with an early snap. If we discard the Leech, there's no harm in just conceding, you know. But Gambit looks very good here. Hitting one of the Broodlings would be particularly nice. Of course, the Lockjaw would have helped us out immensely, immeasurably. The odds on us hitting Leech are actually very slim, because it's 1 in 4 both times, pretty much. But perhaps better if we hit Leech, if we hit Swarm first. Okay, Swordmaster means it's a 1 in 3 this time. We hit one of the good Broodlings. Nice. So we still have the Leech, which I'm pretty sure we go for. Unfortunately, we didn't discard Swarm ever. Our next card's going to be Chavez. I wonder if it's just Leech off to the right. It's either Leech to the left or to the right. I think this keeps them guessing a bit more. I prefer this. Like, filling up the left lane is a bit Bit dodgy. Unfortunately, this Leech didn't get us ahead in any lane, though. We might still end up conceding here, to be honest. This is where we would love to just have some swarms to play down. So also worth considering, we could go Colleen Wing Swarm, which is going to grow the Morb. And we can put points into multiple lanes, which might surprise them. They're expecting us to go APOC this turn. So something like Colleen Swarm could be a little bit spicy. Kind of like it. Like, they're playing multiple cards, right? So APOC's never winning. It could very well be a concede, to be completely honest. Again, like, this deck does struggle at times. Like, if we had Lockjaw, we'd be having so much more joy here. I think it's always Colleen Swarm, and I think for the entertainment value, we should play it out. I would wager it to concede, but we've probably got about a 20% chance of winning. And we are going to go for Colleen Swarm. The question is where? And I think I like this. They ran. Wow. Very surprised they ran. But that's what Leech does, man. Leech wins games. Okay, so Ritello, who's a member from chat, we have an amazing hand. And we snap. He snaps us back. Ritello is a member of our chat. He's not obviously going to be watching us. He was in the stream earlier, but he will make sure not to be watching anymore. Okay. It's probably good for us because our hand is good. What? This guy gave me a domino! Oh, I'm fuming. He gave me not only domino, he gave me pixel domino. What a douchebag. What an absolute... Domino is finally good. Domino is actually a good card. It just... The first time Domino is good in Marvel Snap history. He'll know that I hate this card. So that's not our Brood. Well, I was thinking that I had Brood in my deck. Obviously, it's not my Brood. It's just because I drew Brood in the previous games, isn't it? Okay, Absorbing Man's very interesting with Hellcow. Let's just go Hellcow to the right here. We can swarm into the Lockjaw lane. Nice. That's fine. Okay, he's playing the discards into nowhere. Very smart. We get 2 discards off this Absorbing Man. Come on, show us the Gambit and hit the Sarah. Find Gambit. Hit the Swarm. Kind of low rolled pretty hard with the discards there. I think those are the worst 2. Hit the Gambit! Oh! Sarah! Hit the Sarah! Oh! Leech would have also been nice. We haven't drawn his Silver Surfer, so it's quite likely that he does have it. The obvious play is double-double. We just have to do this. Then the question is, which way do we go? I think we just go to the right, honestly. Morbius would be a nice pull. Off Lockjaw. Leech would be a bad one. Absorbing Man would be pretty bad. A particularly easy win, actually. Wait, does this still hit Gambit? Surely not, right? Oh, it hit itself. It bugged out a bit. Oh, 10-point Morb! Mate, this deck is popping off, guys. That's a new feature, by the way, with the fast forward. It like bugged out a bit. I don't know why it fast forwarded there. A bit weird. GG. Alright, deck's popping off. My hand's not so bad. We can stay in. It's not amazing. My opponent plays Domino. The worst card in the game. GG, Ritello. I don't know why they're playing like this. Oh, nice. Very strange decisions being made by our opponent. Oh, that's a shame. A few streamers have played Lockjaw, and now everyone plays it. It's so bad. It's like one of the worst cards in the whole game. Just makes it less likely for you to draw all your cards. So the question here is, what's better, Sif or Gambit? It's always Sif. Spidey would maybe be a little scary, but not really. Vision. Well, we all know the line now. So the question is, where do I play the 3 swarms and that? I think we put as many points as we can in this lane, and then we just say that Gambit's going to hit one of these two. Still think Dracula's correct. Snap. This guy's such a clown, man. This guy always BMs me. This game really needs to get rid of a lot of these BM emotes, man. Playing on tilt? Not really. Guy's just a mug. Quite like the odds on Gambit here. Come on! Okay, we'll take it. We're just not going to contest, right? Bad. It's like bad manners. Oh, come on! Oh! That was... What a rush, mate. What a bloody rush. I mean, we can win Throne Room still, right, with APOC. A snap before they play their card. Okay. I'm really enjoying this card. It's nice. Should we go for the Morb into bar? Thank God for that. Let's hit him with the snap. We've got the Morb. Nice. Lockjaw's definitely a good pickup in the shop. This is definitely not the best Lockjaw deck, but it is the best discard deck, I think. You could maybe make a case for Zabu being a better discard deck, but I tried it yesterday and I was not impressed at all. It just feels like a bad version of this, kind of. I mean, we never play Gambit at this point. Just pray it doesn't hit the Gambit. They'll be so sad. Please. Thank you. Mate, look at the Morbs go, ladies and gents! Come on, give us the Leech. We could have slammed more Swarm Hits to try and find Leech, honestly. Look at the Morb go! We still play Gambit here because we want as many discards as possible for the Morbs. The only like reason to ever hold on to Gambit is if we think we would rather play Gambit next turn than APOC, which I mean honestly is possible. Look at the Morbs go, man. I'm like a proud father. That's really good that we hit the APOC at least once. Leech! Okay, next best thing. How is that Titania so large? Oh, because they shuried it. Weird. Get morbed on, bruv. Get absolutely morbed. Play one more. Right, Symbio Bro. Again, hand does just not look very snap worthy. We find the morb. We definitely don't want to play Blade. That would be a massive mistake, I think. Okay, now Blade just makes sense because of this. The main question is, do we want to play into the island or not? I think Morb can compete with Sunspot. Especially because we can kill the Sunspot with Gambit, perhaps. Nice. Easiest Gambit of my life. Don't hit Shuri. I beg. I begged. Same opponent. We could Blade early here. Seems fine. Okay, Kamartage is insane for us if we find a card like Swarm. This is going to be our Lockjaw lane because we can just discard a million things. Hey, Feldy, great to see you, man. Armor makes our Gambit a lot worse, which is sad. I think we still Lockjaw mid. Okay, Gambit is not looking too hot this game. Oh! The Atuma is protected! Armor protecting my Atuma. Why would they snap? Weird. We discard our whole hand unless we hit Swarm early. That's fine. Okay, brilliant. We hit Swarm exactly last. Mate, the Morb is going to be absolutely popping off, chat, in this game. The Morb is so... Oh, God. The Morb has just got me feeling a certain kind of way. Is it possible we want to do this? I don't think we want to do that. We do want to play this because I thought we don't draw a card, right? I was thinking like we don't want to hit Chavez. But we don't draw a card if we don't play them. We might not draw a card anyway if we hit discard cards. Nice. Leech is the money card here. Yes! Nice Taskmaster. Nice Taskmaster! The Leech wins us the game, bruv. What a woman Chavez is. Alright. The deck popped the heck off, man. The Leech, the Chavez, they all did the business. Great deck. Best discard deck you will find. If you watch this far, the secret word in the comments is sauce! Raw sauce! Alright. Guys, what do you think of that video? I think that might be a better way of doing things, yeah?